My yard's kind of in disarray. Things are still getting rearranged and cleaned up, but I wanted to show you what I have going on. All right, so these are Jatropha. Aren't they pretty? They're like, I don't know if you can get the color on camera, but it's almost like a red-orange. They're so dark and vibrant in color. These will get probably 10 feet tall, and depending on the base, you can either have one singular base like a tree, or you can have multiple bases, but they're mostly a tree, like a tree type, like a crepe myrtle, kind of like that, but a little bit bigger. So I have 3 of those, 1, 2, 3, to kind of block some of the view from the yard to the driveway, because my goal is over there where that little bench is, I want to have a sitting area, and right now it's just very exposed. So here's a little plumbago that I got on the clearance rack at Lowe's, and here's another one getting bigger. I'll move the sticks, that's just so Josh doesn't mow it, but since these grow more like trees, I'm hoping the plumbago will get really big and cover up the bottoms of it. So that'll be nice. All of this weed block I have down for now because we need to go buy some more ground cover. We're going to use this shell stuff to put on here. And in here I have like succulents and cactuses and things that really need low water. So I have a tiny desert rose that a lady on the gardening page gave me when I was on the way to your house that one day. I have this, which is called ice plant, and this thing gets really big and takes like no care at all. And this will act kind of like a ground cover throughout here. It'll crawl on top of the rocks and should do really well. It comes in a lot of different colors. This is the variegated variety, but you can get solid colored leaves and different colored flowers. And then I have this kalanchoe. I don't know how to like make it look tidy all the time. It just seems like flowers are dying as fast as they're blooming, so it's always half dead, half alive. And then this is a kind of kalanchoe too, but I don't know the name of it, but I love it. It's teal and pink. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it's just this really cool color. And then I've got devil spine back here. Any of these succulents, if you want some of them, I can break you off some and give them to you, because, you know, all you got to do is stick them in the dirt. And then this is a peach bougainvillea. So that thing's going to get big. I might move it eventually, or I might use it as like an archway. I bought it really because I want to try to graft the peach bougainvillea to the pink one I have over there. So I have 2 colors on one stem, on one plant. So we'll see how that works. I have an orange tree, which I'll probably transplant because, you know how there's like this, like, mildew that they get? I don't know if that's what this is, but if it is, I don't want to infect other citrus trees. So I think I'm going to get rid of it. Josh is going to be disappointed, but I'll be okay. The African blue basil, which is my super favorite. I definitely recommend getting some. This kind of bush thing, I don't know what it's called. I got it at Lowe's clearance rack. It'll probably be too big for the space, but African blue basil dies in the winter. I think it's supposed to be a perennial, but it's never grown back from the same roots from me. I have to buy new plants every year. But this is the porterweed you gave me last year, and it came right back from the root system, and then it gave me some babies here, so I'm waiting for those to get bigger. That'll be nice. And over here I've got native milkweed. So I've read and learned at the wildflower festivals that the tropical milkweed that you can get, sometimes it has pesticides on it, which is obviously the exact opposite that you want, but also that it doesn't die early enough. So the caterpillars stay on it longer than they should, and they wind up dying in the cold weather. So native milkweed is best, or at least chop your tropical milkweed down to the ground come October, so that you don't kind of sabotage your efforts in keeping the monarchs alive. This is a dianthus. So this is a perennial, so it should come back. It's been pretty neat to have around. These are all seed pods, so I think I'm getting more into collecting seeds. So I'm going to try to see if I can get some seeds off of there. And this is some kind of annual daisy that I can't remember the name of, but it dropped seeds the last time I planted it. I got 3 or 4 more plants out of it, so hopefully I'll get some of that this year. I got coneflower. This one was supposed to be coneflower too, but it had some kind of a weird, like, poofy flower. I think I'm getting another one here, so I'll show you when that's planted. It's nothing like these, which are really cool. I got some alamanda here. This is yellow alamanda. golden dewdrop. What was that? Dewdrop Duranta. I have some lime sedum, which I had planted with my succulents, but it was dying. And Beverly at the DeBerry Nursery told me that it's not a true succulent and they actually need more water. Same with the purslane, so I planted those together. They're a little drought tolerant, extremely heat tolerant, but they need more water than your average succulent. So these are planted together as ground covers. These during the day and even at night, they're like so many different colors. They're just so cool. But these get these bright orange flowers and these get bright pink flowers. I can't wait till they come together to look like one plant. And then of course this, you know, is the canna lily. Yours is doing so much better than mine. This is all I have left. Some strawberries. I don't have any flowers or berries on this plant yet. Blue days, which looks really pretty during the daytime. More blue days here to fill out this area. African bush daisy. Gardenia. So hopefully that'll fill out nicely. This has become just one of my favorites. So this is Gaillardia, a native flower. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Blanket flower. Look at all these seeds. I should just collect some seeds for you. But my favorite part about these, the flowers are beautiful, but I love these things that come out, these little balls after the flower dies. They look so cool in flower arrangements, just sticking out of the top. They look really whimsical, and it's dead flowers. I just love that about it. So I got a few of those. I have some seeds. I can't even remember. I think Cleome seeds I planted here, and maybe some blackberry lily seeds, but I haven't seen any sprouts, so we'll see what happens with that. The center here are a few different kinds of smaller autumn colored sunflowers. This is which I don't know why it has that like speckled color. I don't know if that's an issue or what, but definitely something's been mentioned on it. This is what do you call this thing? It's like a bulb. I forget what it's called. Dahlia, that's what they're called. Really pretty flower. I hope I can figure out whatever pest is killing